Peppa Pig, Edmund Elephant's birthday. Edmund Elephant's birthday. It must be for me. It says to George Pig from Edmund Elephant. Please come to my party. My mummy wants us to help with the little ones. Help! Yes, I can help. Hello, Mrs. Elephant. Let's get this party started. Who wants to play musical statues? Musical statues. Me. Dance when the music is playing, and when it stops, freeze like a statue. Ready, steady, go. Ready, steady, go. So Zaza is the winner. Hooray! Now it's time for Pass the Parcel. When the music plays, pass the parcel round. When the music stops, take some paper off. George, pass the parcel. Lovely. Now it's time for food. The helpers can eat after the little ones. Oh yes, we are the helpers. Happy birthday, Edmund. Happy birthday, Edmund. Look at the birthday cake. Look at Edmund. Thank you to the helpers. You all worked really hard. Yes, it's not easy looking after little children. I need to lie down. I need a holiday. The end. Did you like the book?
Read it again.
Read it again. Peppa Pig, best friend.
Friends. Best friends.
Best friend.
Oh, no.
Hello, Susie. Hello, Peppa.
Oh. No. You just...
George, this game is just for big girls. Go and play with your own toys. George, I'm playing with Susie. You'll have to play somewhere else. George, I need some help. I'm making chocolate chip cookies. Someone needs to lick out the bowl.
I want to have chocolate cookies.
You want to have... I want to be a nurse. I want to be a doctor. But who's going to be the sick person? George. I think your heart's a bit loose. I'll put a plaster on it. Open wide, please. Oh dear, you're very, very hot. Oh no, what's wrong with George? Don't worry, Daddy. It's only a game. George is our patient. Oh, I see. Can the patient have a visitor? Just for a little while, he might get tired. Peppa Pig, Chloe's big friends. Chloe's big friends. Chloe! Hi there! These are my friends Simon Squirrel and Belinda Bear. Hello, I'm Peppa and this is George. Let's play hide and seek. We don't play baby games anymore. Have you ever played sardines? What's that? All right, let's try it. George, you hide first. 9, 10. Ready or not, here we come. George, I can see your wiggly tail. Found you. There you all are. Move over, please. Good job. We're like sardines in a tin. Where's everyone gone? Surprise!
Surprise! Mommy.
I dig blues music. I like red's music. I like green's music. What music are you into, Peppa? I like this. It's very grown up. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes.
Knees and toes. What's knees, Amma?
I'm coming to your house next week, Peppa. Can we come along too? We like playing games with Peppa and George. Hooray! Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Hi Susie, glad to meet you. Hello Chloe, I love your hat. It really suits you. Thanks. Why don't we all play a game? Let's jump up and down in the muddy puddles. The end. Did you like the book, Gabira? Peppa Pig. Richard Rabbit comes to play. Richard Rabbit comes to play. This will be the best house ever.
I'm the judge, and Richard is Peppa. Richard is Peppa, and this is me, George.
George, Richard, you've knocked my house down. Please play something not bouncy. I'm leaving. It's too noisy. Dinosaur, dinosaur. Urgh. You could ask Susie Ship to come over. Let's ring her. Susie, it's me. Can you come to my house now? Yes, Peppa. Can I wear my nurse's costume? Yes, but come quickly. George, Richard, Nurse Susie is here. And Nurse Susie says this is not dinosaur land. It's a hospital. I am an important doctor. This dinosaur looks sick. I agree, doctor. He is a very greeny, ill color. He must go to bed. And the dinosaur looks a very purpley, ill color. Yes, doctor, he must go to bed too. Choo, 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 choo. No, no, there aren't any trains in fairyland. Only pretty things are allowed in fairyland. What's all this crying about? But they like little boys' game and we like grown-up girls' games. After it's been raining in the garden, what you normally find? Muddy puddles. And what are muddy puddles for? Jumping up and down in. Look, jumping up and down in muddy puddles. Here's some orange juice for you, Mr. Dinosaur. Would this dinosaur like a cookie? Yes, please. Rrr, thank you. The end.
Put it.
Peppa Pig. Dens. I like your tree house, Peppa. Can we come in? Yes. Now we can have a tea party. Tea party. Hello, Peppa.
Can't see.
Can we come in? Sorry, Danny. Only girls can come into the tree house. Boys are a bit noisy. They always spoil the tea parties. A bit noisy.
Mama.
But George and Richard are boys. Oh, yes. Sorry, George. This tree house is for girls only. What's wrong? The girls won't let us into the tree house. It's not fair. I think I can help. Come over here. Can we come in? No, this is the boys' den for boys only. Look at the den. Do you like the den? Or do you like the tree house?
I like it.
You like the den?
Yes.
Can we come over, please? Only if you say the castle is the best. It is the best. I'm staying in my tree house. Let's go to the tree house. Well, it started raining. No, I will never leave my castle. I'm staying in my tree house. I'm staying in my castle. I will look after your tree house, Peppa. I will look after your castle, Danny. Can we come in? What is wrong? Can I get you anything? What is that noise? The end. Did you like the book?
Read it again.
Read it again. Pete the cat. Sir Pete the brave. Pete the cat. Sir Pete the brave. Meet Sir Pete, the bravest knight in the land. Sir Pete rides a horse and climbs towers. At dinner, Sir Pete listens to Lady Callie play the harp. Lady Callie is awesome. Bravo! Sir Pete yells at the end of each song. He claps louder than anyone.
Mama.
One night, while Lady Callie plays beautifully, someone casts a spell and everyone falls asleep. even Sir Pete. The next morning, Lady Callie is gone. Oh no, says Sir Pete the Brave. I will find Lady Callie and save her. Giddy up! Sir Pete falls in a hole. The hole is a dragon's footprint. Follow the footprints, Sir Pete says to his horse. The footprints stop. Where did the dragon go? Sir Pete looks up and sees the dragon flying across the lake with Lady Callie and her harp. Sir Pete can't fly, but he can row. Across the lake he goes. Sir Pete sees a dragon cave. He has to go inside, but it is very dark. Then he hears music. He must save Lady Callie. He won't be scared. He finds a harp, but no Lady Callie. Sir Pete will not give up. He climbs the highest hill. He looks around for Lady Callie. Then he hears a loud growl. Sir Pete is scared. The hill starts to move. Sir Pete is on the dragon's back. Sir Pete knows what to do. He slides down, down, down the dragon's back. The dragon sees Pete and roars. Sir Pete, says Lady Callie, I will save you. Save me, says Sir Pete, but I came to save you. Sir Pete and Lady Callie start to argue. The dragon starts to cry.
Read that again.
Okay, I just wanted to sing along. The dragon sobs. I did not want to hurt anyone. I have an idea, says Sir Pete. Will you give us a lift? You see, the dragon is crying. The dragon flies Sir Pete and Lady Callie home. Everyone is happy to see them. You don't need a great voice to make music, says Sir Pete. Just good friends. The dragon joins the song. 3 cheers for Lady Callie and for Sir Pete the Brave. The end.
Read it again, Mama.
Did you like it?
Read it again, Mama.
Read it again?
Yeah.
Okay. DuckTales, The Secret City Under the Sea. One lazy summer day, Scrooge McDuck was reading an article in the Duckburg Times while his 3 nephews played a game. Suddenly, Scrooge interrupted the quiet with a shout.
Uncle Scrooge.
Yes. A gold coin has been found on Duckburg Beach, he said. Where did it come from? Asked Dewey as the nephews gathered around Scrooge. Nobody knows, said Scrooge. The only clue is the engraving on the coin. It says Atlantis 1888. AS. Now I wonder what that means. Let's look Atlantis up in our junior woodchuck guide, said Huey. The boys raced off to get the book. Louis read aloud from the guide. No one knows if Atlantis ever really existed or if it is just a legend. Atlantis is said to be an island whose inhabitants created a very advanced scientific kingdom. Centuries ago, Atlantis suddenly sank into the ocean to become a fabulous undersea city rich in gold, but no one has ever discovered exactly where it is located. Rich in gold, Scrooge's eyes lit up. But what does 1888 AS mean? Maybe it means 1888 years after sinking, Louis suggested. Do you think Atlantis still exists, Uncle Scrooge? Asked Dewey. I must find out, said Scrooge. If Atlantis exists, it must have gold. Scrooge and the boys went to the daring inventory Gyro Gearloose for help in searching out Atlantis. Well,
why are they going inside the water?
Well, Gyro said thoughtfully, if this Atlantis is underwater, I would better make you a deep sea submarine. After 2 hours of hammering and fitting metal pieces together, Gyro declared that the sub was ready to go. The boys helped Scrooge haul a heavy sack into the Atlantis Explorer. The sack was filled with gold in case they ran into any unusual expenses along the way to Atlantis. Gyro sealed the hatch and started the engine. The sub divided beneath the water. The undersea adventure had begun. They plunged down into the dark depth of the sea. Strange fish darted around them. The deeper they dived, the darker and more mysterious the sea grew. Turn on the spotlight, Scrooge said to Gyro. Aye, aye, said Gyro as he snapped on the spotlight control. Zap, zap, explosions burst out in front of the sub. Instead of a light bulb, Gyro had mistakenly put a laser into the spotlight. Its powerful beam was blowing up rocks and shells on the seabed. Gyro quickly found the switch and turned it off. As the water cleared, the crew looked out the sub's porthole and gasped. It was Atlantis, the famed city of an ancient legend, lay there, glowing under a giant clear dome that rested on the seafloor. Inside the dome was a fantastic and glorious world. Gyro guided the sub into an airlock. They all climbed out of the sub and passed through the airlock into the city. Scrooge ran ahead of others. He saw glittering piles of gold all around. He rushed from one gold pile to another, shouting, "Gold! Genuine gold!" Suddenly, two burly ducks in uniform commanded, "Surrender all aliens!" "Surrender?" said Scrooge, as the two guards yanked him away from a pile of gold. "Why do we have to surrender?" "Be quiet. You are now King Lot's prisoners," one guard said as he confiscated Scrooge's bag of gold. They were taken to King Lot's palace. The king held up Scrooge's bag of gold. "You must have plenty more of this. Where you come from?" he said to Scrooge. Scrooge refused to answer the king. "Very well," said King Lot. "Perhaps a little stay in prison will give you time to think of your answer." "Take them away," he ordered the guards.
I'm sleeping.
The guards led the explorers to the basement of the palace. They opened a heavy door and locked the crew in a gloomy prison cell. "Let me apologize for the rude welcome," said an elderly duck sitting in a corner of the cell. "This never would have happened when I was the king of Atlantis." "You were the king of Atlantis?" he asked. "Yes," said the elderly duck. "My name is King Gladon." Then he told them the amazing story of this ancient city under the sea. "Thousands of years ago, King Gladon began. Atlantis sank beneath the sea. Luckily, there were brilliant scientists who discovered a way to make artificial air by using pure gold and underwater elements. This machine here produces all the air for Atlantis. In order to maintain the air-making process, we Atlanteans must keep mining gold." King Gladon continued. "Only the king was trusted with the secret air-making formula. During my rule, a man named Lord captured me one night and hid me in his cell. The Atlanteans thought I was dead. Lord said that he had the air-making formula, so they had to name him king. Then evil times began for Atlantis. Now King Lord makes everyone work harder and harder searching for gold." King Gladon said sadly. He wants more gold for himself to make gold crowns and jewels, and he lives just enough so that we can keep breathing. But I have refused to give him the secret formula, which is why he keeps me alive. I am the only person in the world who knows how to run this machine. I wish we could help you, said Scrooge, but there doesn't seem to be any way out of this place. I know, said King Gladon, but I am afraid King Lord will soon use up all the gold and our city will be destroyed. Suddenly, Scrooge had an idea. Maybe Gyro's spotlight on the sub can help us, he said. But it's not really a spotlight, Uncle Scrooge, said Louis. It's a laser. Yes, said Scrooge, but King Lord doesn't know that. Then Scrooge banged on the door and called to the guards. Tell King Lord that I'm ready to get the gold he wants, Scrooge said. The guards relayed the message to King Lord, and then they returned to Scrooge. You may go and get the gold, the guards said, but the rest of your crew shall remain here as hostages until you return. Scrooge guided the sub out of the airlock. As soon as the sub was in the water, Scrooge switched on the laser. He aimed its penetrating beam on the giant dome over Atlantis. Zap, zap, the beam burnt a hole in the dome. The dome is leaking, cried the Atlanteans. Everyone panicked and began to run away. King Lord shouted orders at his guards, tried to stop the water from flooding the city. While the guards were busy repairing the leak, Scrooge sneaked the sub back into Atlantis. Scrooge dashed back to the prison. He found the key to the cell and opened the door, releasing Gyro and the nephews and a grateful King Gladon. Now we must capture King Lord and save the people of Atlantis, said Scrooge. Follow me, boys.
This big one needs to go.
As they walked towards the palace, the crowds went wild. Look, someone cried, it's King Gladon. He's alive. When all the Atlanteans saw their beloved former king, they cheered. Then they overpowered King Lord and his guards and threw him in prison. After making sure the leak was repaired, King Gladon mounted his gold throne. How can I ever thank you? He asked Scrooge. With a big grin, Scrooge looked at the piles of gold nearby. Oh, I'm sorry, Scrooge, said King Gladon, but we need all our gold in order to keep breathing. You understand, don't you? Scrooge nodded his head as his own bag of gold was returned to him. Back in Duckburg, Scrooge stared at his sack of gold. This is all I have to show for all that trouble, and it's the gold I already had. But we did have an exciting adventure, Uncle Scrooge, said Huey. And we rescued the people of Atlantis from King Lord, added Huey. We certainly did, Scrooge agreed, and that's the best reward ever. The end. The secret city under the sea. What?